Good day. My name is Dr. Phillip Frank, and I am here to present to you a research study that myself and a couple of my colleagues conducted, entitled An Exploratory Study of the Skills Requirements for Social Media Positions, a content analysis of job advertisements. I would also like to thank Missouri Western State University for the opportunity to submit this paper for constructive feedback from colleagues across campus. So I look forward to hearing your feedback, and I appreciate all the hard work for those individuals that have made this conference on campus, both virtual, possible during such a difficult era. So there has long been a debate about the comparative advantage of marketing education emphasizing either theoretical knowledge or implied marketing skills. Those arguing for theoretical emphasis stipulate that technical skills tend to be domain specific, and that while these skills may change across domain and time, that the conceptual knowledge remains more stable and may serve as the foundational structure more so than the technical skills. However, proponents for the emphasis of more technical skills argue that students entering the workforce need more applied skill sets that may provide benefits for students from day one. So specifically, we looked at the field of social media, and this is due in large because the social media skills have become increasingly important for success due to the growth of the digital economy. In fact, social media positions have been recognized as one of the fastest growing job categories. Thus, the current study looks to investigate key skills necessary for specific entry-level positions, marketing positions in the social media landscape. We focus on entry-level positions due to the thesis that most undergraduate students will move into these level positions over middle and upper-level ones. While there are cases where a student may achieve a high-level position directly after finishing undergraduate education, these scenarios appear as outliers and do not serve as a fair representation of the majority of marketing graduates. Thus, our study will conduct a content analysis among social media job postings for entry-level marketing positions posted between June and December of 2019 on Indeed.com. We specifically looked at postings for Social Media Manager, or SMMgr, and Social Media Marketer, SMMkt. So as far as the study itself, like we said, we gathered postings that were posted during June and December of 2019 on Indeed.com. The content was captured using a web scraper written by one of the co-authors to extract the data from that website and then into an HTML tag parcel. And then in that case, then the three researchers essentially categorized the verbiage from the postings built around certain preset listings. This was a method that was conducted with back and forth feedback from all three researchers to assess, kind of based on frequency, what verbiage and what language was used most often in the postings to develop the different categories. Once the categories have been developed and vetted by all three researchers, we then went about analyzing all postings based on those keyword facets to classify and quantify the amount or the frequency of that verbiage on each of those postings. So looking at the specific code or coding framework, it was categorized into different sections. Specifically, we looked at the overarching skill category of communication, and we broke it down into written, verbal, presentation, and generic. And then from each of those categories of communication skills required, we had keywords affiliated with each of those skills. So keywords that were assigned to skills such as writing or copywriting, editing, blogging, content creation, story ideation, verbal, oral, cold calling, etc. So we use these codes to allow to categorize and quantify the frequency of keywords in the various different postings over June and December of 2019. So as I said, we looked at the employee attributes. So we looked at specific categories of motivations, time management, detail orientation, independence, adaptability, confidence, and then other. Looking at occupational attributes, we looked at specific skills such as digital marketing, project management, generic, campaign management, sales, customer service, B2B or business-to-business domain. And then within information technology, we looked at Microsoft Office, including Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, as well as Adobe, other, including coding, programming, videography, and photography, web design, analytics, and then specific social media tools. Looking at more soft skills, we looked at interpersonal skills such as problem solving, creativity, process design, administrative, research, numeracy, and then including foreign language. So as I said, over the period of June to December of 2019, we extrapolated 766 postings for social media manager and 654 entry-level postings for social media marketers. Looking at the breakdown of the states in which the representatives of postings were from, we saw that the top 5 states were California, New York, Texas, Florida, and Illinois, and these correspond with the population centers for the marketing industry. So looking at the results for the social media manager, we saw that digital marketing was significantly high for occupational attributes. Generic also popped as well with 78.33%. Communication had over half with 53.52%. Project management, and then finally sales. For communication, we saw both written and general as being significant, as well as verbal almost being accounting for 2/3 of the postings. And then finally presentations at 23.63%. Furthermore, looking at more of the soft skills that were expected in each of the postings for the positions, we saw employee attributes such as time management, seeing a high percentile at 74.15%, motivation, attention to detail, adaptability, and finally work ethic, which researchers saw as an interesting indication on the increasing importance of business ethics in the work environment in today's current market. Problem solving, we saw that creativity accounted for 2/3 of each of the postings for social media manager, as well as problem solving was the next highest frequency occurrence among those postings. With information technology, we saw other at 54.4%, analytics was very high, and social media tools, and I'll come back to that a little bit later. Web design saw 24.28%. Adobe and Microsoft Office also saw significant percentiles. Within occupational attributes or codings for social media marketing positions, we saw for occupational attributes, digital marketing had again almost 100% of the postings denoted some significant category aligned with digital marketing, as one would expect. Communication and sales also saw significant counts. Within communication, we saw written and verbal as being highly significant in the percentile counts. And then finally, presentation skills. For employee attributes, again, we saw time management as accounting for 2/3 of each of the postings. Motivation, so independence of and autonomy is well desirable within the marketplace. Attention to detail and adaptability. Furthermore, when we looked at problem solving, we saw creativity again at the highest percentile count, illustrating the importance of ill-defined problems in curriculum development. And then problem solving and then process design. And then information technology, we saw web design, analytics, and social media tools, as well as Adobe and Microsoft Office. Breaking further into which specific social media tools, we saw SEO or search engine optimization and SEM so accounted for 23.75%. Hootsuite also saw a significant account. Sprout Social, Sprinkle, Buffer, and then Facebook Business Manager. So looking at discussion and conclusion, we saw that social media marketing postings appear to be somewhat more technical compared to the social media manager, with an emphasis on web design skills. Whereas project management skills were more valued for social media managers, highlighting that these jobs are upper management jobs involving strategic decision makings. The current study can contribute in two specific ways. One application would be within the industry itself, as it will help hiring managers tailor the postings to adequately align with the specific keywords necessary for adequate fulfillment of job duties within the modern marketplace for those two social media positions. And then finally, it also helps marketing faculty to evaluate current curriculum and to adjust accordingly to be in line with the necessary desirable skills that we are seeing within the marketplace. With that, I conclude this presentation. Again, I appreciate your time and look forward to your feedback. Have a wonderful day and stay safe.